What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And guys, I want to do this story real quick. And you know that ever since the whole controversy started with Cuties, what I call Cooties, because that's how you feel, thinking about this thing. Ever since that controversy broke, I've been making the point that showbiz in general, Hollywood, I believe, hides its true nature of being, like littered with pedophiles and child predators, and they hide behind movements like Black Lives Matter and Me Too. And I've always said it's like they just hide behind it. They throw these things out there for everybody to look at. Meanwhile, they operate in the shadows. Well, here's an example of how black media, in some cases, they allow themselves to be used in that way. All right, and go figure, it's The Root. I don't think anyone would be surprised by that. Who knows about The Root? I know I'm not, because I've had my criticisms of The Root, for years. They're like the most garbage dump, trashiest online website, masquerading as a news website that's out there. All they do is victimize the black community. They attack black manhood, and they're just like the most indefensible garbage, like no redeeming validity, no redeeming qualities having nonsense that's out there, right? That's just my opinion. You can have your opinion if you want to, all right? But here's The Root. And they're talking about how all of this stuff about cuties and all of the pushback is just everybody's way of attacking a black female filmmaker. And if you have any criticism about cuties whatsoever, then you must be like some alt-right racist group, that just wants to stifle a black female filmmaker. All right, so I'm just going to read an excerpt out of this. And it starts with a quote by the director, and I believe it's Maimona de Corre. All right, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but there it is. All right, so it starts with a quote, and it says, "It is true that I'm a director. I'm a woman. I'm black. And this is very rare worldwide in filmmaking. So all of this controversy actually has built up strength for me." And this is by Maimona de Corre. Okay, you go, girl. All right, yes. All right, so anyway, it goes on. On September 9th, Cuties was released on Netflix, naturally bringing even more promotion, and with it, more controversy that further misrepresented the themes of her film. Hashtag boycott Netflix and cancel, or hashtag cancel Netflix, immediately began to trend on Twitter. What followed was a strategic attack by terrorist trolls from all walks of life, from the denizens of Twitter to the highest political seats. The preemptive outrage then spilled over to other groups, including concerned parents, and became politicized by many on the right. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley penned a letter to Netflix co-CEO Reed Hastings. Texas Rep. Matt Schaefer requested that his state's attorney general investigate the film, and Texas U.S. Senator Ted Cruz sent a letter to the Department of Justice calling for an investigation as well. And I did a video on that a few days ago. Alt-right trolls, here we go. Alt-right trolls endlessly harassed and terrorized black critics who had actually seen the film. All of the above claim to be concerned about child welfare. Of course, they don't show any clips or screenshots of these alt-right trolls endlessly harassing black critics. Black critics. They went out and found some black critics of all the people who are critical, of this movie. They had to go find the black ones specifically. Of course, they won't find the black people out here who actually object to the film. They won't find that, because that does, of course, is not going to prove their little, point, which isn't true. However, was it genuine concern for the welfare of young girls so much as the intentional creative strangulation and career destruction of a black female filmmaker? Let me read that again. However, was it genuine concern for the welfare of young girls? You guys, listen, I don't know the person who wrote this, dude, you gotta really think about what you're writing here. However, there's the dog every time somebody goes by the door. However, was it genuine concern for the welfare of young girls so much as the intentional creative strangulation and career destruction of a black female filmmaker? The concern isn't unilateral, not when other predatory filmmakers, one of whom released a new film trailer that very week, are allowed to thrive and tenured careers within the very industry riddled with this toxic culture. not when there's an outright glorification of the adultification of young girls currently posturing in entertainment culture, as seen in Dance Moms and Toddlers and Tiaras. I've always had a problem with those shows. I just don't remember those shows doing lingering close ups and putting very provocative and suggestive words into the mouths of those young girls. It's like it's bad enough that they're being objectified and sexualized as they are, and I think all of us can agree with that. But we never had something that just did this, right? It doesn't make it any more right or less right, that these people are doing what they're doing. It's just that, like I said before, from what we've seen, which is enough, because like I said, it's not really about the context, it's not really about the story and the concept of the film as much as it is the imagery. That's the way pedophiles operate. Not to mention, like I said in the last video, the audition process where you had thousands of girls to come in and do this in front of men. It's problematic. The very process is problematic. And I think that it's insulting that these people want to try to make it about something else and act like we can't see that, or we shouldn't see that. The disingenuousness of the indignation is transparent, as Decore isn't aligned with these examples at all. In fact, she actively critiques them throughout this film. The outrage is misplaced at best and dangerous at worst. And then he goes on to say, cut the bullshit. Okay, so the article goes on to try to call people out, and try to make this really about stifling the career of this young black filmmaker. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the danger of putting blackness ahead of your own humanity, ahead of your own decency and morality. All right, you don't care anything about black people. You certainly don't care about black children and this black little girl. You're just allowing yourself to completely shift the focus to protect and respect the black woman, which is something that I truly believe in. This is something that I actually practice. I protect the black woman as a woman. I protect her as a child. I protect her as a baby. I protect her as a fetus, right? It's like, that's the way I roll. That's where I'm at with all of this, So, like I said, I think that it's very problematic. Black people, I would just put out there, don't let the root speak for us. It's about time we stop letting these people twist us up and separate us and shift our focus from where it should be. We should be growing as a people, as a human race. That's what this is about. And like I said, if our morality gets lost in all of this and our decency, well, then I would say this is not the way that we should go. This is not about that filmmaker. In the black community, pedophilia is crazy. It's like I've met, I've dated, I've known many black women in my life, and so many of them have suffered as children at the hands of their relatives, fathers, even mothers. They've been violated. They were sexually abused. They were emotionally abused. The vast majority of black women that I know, I'm just talking about my experience. Like I said, I'm sure there's a larger experience out there, but because the root wants to focus everything on black people, well, there you go. That is my experience, and that's the experience of many dudes that I know who talk about this. There's a problem, and we have to stop allowing ourselves to be used as a distraction from what the problem is. We have to start speaking up about it, and we have to start wondering what the root of it is, no pun intended, and we have to address it and identify it. We can't be afraid to do this, and we certainly can't be letting people who don't have the best interests of your community, we can't be letting them speak for us. We have to learn how to start thinking and speaking for ourselves. So that's just my opinion, guys. As always, you can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. Is it really just all about stifling and the strangulation of the career of a young black director? Is that what all of this is really about? If you object to the sexualization of young children, just to prove your point and to bring light to a situation, you actually did the very same thing that you're trying to condemn. Is that something that's acceptable to you? That a casualty of war, collateral damage? I don't know. Those little girls who starred in that movie and did the whole auditioning process. You think all of them just love what they were doing? You think they'll be proud of what they did, when they get older? sound off in the comment section. Let me know. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. I will leave this trash article in the description box, as well as the link to my Twitter page. Come and give me a follow. And guys, thank you for listening. I will see you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.